Welcome to the Slice Podcast, where I give you a slice of my mind. I'm your host, Christopher Martinez, and this is episode 9. It's been a long while since I've last done a podcast, and, I'm kind of ashamed of it. I really do have a lot of time to just be, sitting down and talking to a camera, talking to a GoPro, but, I just never got around to it. I don't know why. But I have some time now. I'm playing some Madden. Might as well, Alright, what I wanted to start off with here is I have a list, you see, a big old list of topics to talk about. And I have them all organized. This has been something that I've had for quite a while. Hopefully my GoPro doesn't die on me this time. Not die, but it just keeps turning off whenever I try to do some of these things though. Anyways, alright, I am back to fast food. Yes, I love fast food. I love working in fast food. It's such a joyous occasion for me. I was trying to find a job, couldn't really find anything, and that sucks. I applied to a couple film things I had here in stock. A couple film things I found on Stockton, videographer positions. I got declined by one of them, and wasn't told anything good for the other. Just wasn't reached out. But I applied to A24 because why not? If you don't know, A24 is a movie producer, a film producer studio where they just produce movies. They make really great movies. Hereditary, Midsummer, The Lighthouse, Moonlight. Those are really all the A24 movies I've seen. But, I plan on seeing more. Let's skip ahead in this suggestion. Let's skip ahead in this list to movies I want to see. Because some of them are A24 movies. That being The Green Knight and Saint Maud. I was really excited for Saint Maud. Because it seems like a real interesting story. Great. Just gave up a touchdown in Madden. First play of the drive. Wow. Whatever. Anyways, I saw the trailers for Saint Maud. It looked really interesting. Real creepy. A24 films really give you that very creepy vibe, and it's especially in their trailers. Like they're horrifying to watch because you think, wow, what's gonna be twisted about this? But what Saint Maud's gonna be about is something about faith, I believe. It's gonna be a lot about having faith in religion and what happens when that fails you. I think I haven't seen the trailer in a while, but I remember feeling excited for it. And before this whole Corona business happened, it was supposed to be out already, but now it's not. Another A24 movie I want to see is something called The Green Knight. I don't know who the director is. I don't remember the name, but I saw a trailer for it and it looked really interesting. And everything just seems very creepy about it all. I love that creepy vibe because the other day I watched Hereditary. I think Hereditary is a fantastic movie. It's directed by Ari Aster, if you don't know. He's directed 2 feature-length films as of now, Hereditary and Midsummer. I think Hereditary is the better movie, but Midsummer is the much more interesting movie because it was really hard for me to find to give it a grade. Actually, when I first saw it, I was like awestruck by it, but it was very weird, Midsummer. But anyways, back to Hereditary. Me and my sister and my brother, we watched Hereditary because I told them, hey, let's watch this really not artsy, but more of a smarter movie than your average horror movie. So they agreed to it, and they were freaking out. But because they were so freaked out, they wanted to laugh a lot. So we made jokes throughout the movie about poking fun at the plot, poking fun at small details. And as much as I was kind of annoyed by it, I can understand where they're coming from because I think Hereditary is a really horrifying movie. It's not scary. I can watch it and not be scared by it, but it's not scary as in visually. You won't like it doesn't have jump scares. You won't jump out of your seat and go, "Oh my god, a loud noise." What's scary about Hereditary is how you think afterwards. It's the creepy imagery. It's the horrifying things you have to think of afterwards, like what the characters have to go through. And the overall story of it's really just it's insane. I think Hereditary is a really, really fantastic movie, and I plan on doing another movie review for it. For that, and I want to do a re-review for Midsummer because Midsummer is another fantastic movie. Um, Midsummer being the more divisive film among his two feature films, and I understand why people don't like Midsummer. It can seem boring at times. I can totally understand it, but to me, because it's much more visually interesting than Hereditary, I find Midsummer to not be boring because he has a lot. Ari Aster has a lot of long takes when it comes to his films, and they're much more apparent in Midsummer. And people can seem bored by it because it's not cutting away, But I really, really, really like Midsummer a lot. I've watched it twice since I've seen it in theaters last year. Um, to me, what stands out to me more about Midsummer is the score. The score is beautiful. It's possibly my favorite film score I've ever heard. Um, it's just it's beautiful. It's beautiful and horrifying. It's amazing. I love the Midsummer score, but I feel like I've gotten off a track from the original subject. Then it's kind of hard to talk while playing this freaking Madden game. But let's get back to what I originally wanted to talk about. Going back to fast food. Back at McDonald's. Yeah, it's I don't hate it. I like it. It's simple. When it's busy, it sucks. When it's slow, it really sucks. But I can handle when it's busy. I can't handle when there's only one or two people there. But it's whatever, it's money. It's good money. And I'm getting 40 hours for this next work week that's coming up. And I'm really excited for that because I'll be able to save up a lot of good money. And speaking of money, about Sacramento State, the college I go to. What's up with that is that I don't have to go there once a week anymore. The class that I was supposed to go to is going to be taught online. And I was really bummed out about that because this class, I really wanted to take this class in person because what we do is we get together and we make a short film. And we're still going to be able to do that. We're still going to make our pitches and we're still going to be able to get together on our own time to shoot this short film that we want to make. But I really like the in-person class. I really like having classes in person. I really like that connection you have with with the teacher. And when you don't have that, it's very strange because it doesn't seem that genuine. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just how I feel. You don't get the in you don't get the person to person interaction. And I really really like that in a class. I really like to have that in a class, but I was able to do it online for the last semester and it's whatever. So I'll be able to save gas from going up there. I'll stay in Stockton. I'll be working a lot. And it's funny because a lot of the people at the McDonald's I work at are all minors. A lot of them are minors, so that's a factor why I'm going to be working a lot more there. Um, and that's fine. I like the work. It's simple, but it's not easy. You just can't breeze by it because you got to be focused. You got to pay attention. And what's funny is that when I got there, I like working on the table. So in the kitchen, there's the table, which is where you prepare the food. You make the food, you wrap them up, and you send them off to the people who serve it out. then there's the grill and the fryers. People drop the meat on the grill and they drop all the fried products in the fryers. And when I get there, I try to get on the table as soon as possible because I like working on the table. I like the process of putting together the food and sending it off. Because dropping stuff can be very boring, and I don't like it. I mean, I don't care what I do. It's because it's I'm doing something. I'm working, but when I get there, I try to get on the table. I try to take it over. And my coworkers are like, no, go ahead, dude. Do whatever you want because I don't like being on the table. At least you like it. And, it's neat. And I like all my coworkers I work with. They're really cool. There's a guy not close, but a guy I work with around closing time. Like, I'll stay till like 11 or something. And he's really cool. We talk a lot and he's really cool. I like all my coworkers. They're really, really chill people to just talk to. Even when you're working, they're just cool. They're funny. They can laugh at stuff. They're really, really funny. That's really all in terms of working I want to talk about. Not much stories I can think of. I don't really have any funny stories about work. Nothing like the Taco Bell story that I had. If you don't know, I explained it in one of my old podcasts. I was closing when I was working at a McDonald's in Sacramento, and what happened was I wasn't eating there because I didn't want to eat at the McDonald's. I didn't want to eat. So one day I got out and I was like, man, I'm really hungry. So I walked to the Taco Bell that was next door, and lobby was closed because it was like freaking midnight. So I walked in the drive-through, and I said, hey, can you I don't have a vehicle, and I know this is unorthodox, but can you at least help me out because I'm hungry? They didn't answer, and I saw a guy walk out the Taco Bell. It looked like he left, and I was just like, okay, I just like to get answer because I wasn't, I know the people with their the headsets on, they get a little ringing noise when someone drives up. So a car drove up, and all I heard was, "I want to talk about how may I help you, sir?" In next to the car, can you please leave? You don't have a vehicle, so bye. I was like, man, could have told me that earlier before wasting 5 minutes of my life. But yeah, that was a funny story I had. Actually, there is kind of a funny story. This happened the other day. It happened yesterday, actually. I'm just on the table, and it's right before lunch. Lunch starts at 10:30. I got there at 8, and making food, and there's a lull. There's a pause. There's no orders coming in at all, and all I hear is my manager is getting upset. And with this story, I can understand both sides, and I'm pretty sure anyone can understand both sides. There was a guy in the drive-thru. He had ordered something from the app, the McDonald's app, but he wasn't getting his food because the order never went through. And he was upset because he didn't want to have to pay again because he said the card already charged him. And there was proof that he ordered the food, but the order never went through. And my manager said, I don't know what else we can do for you. We just can't make the food for you because we got no confirmation that we didn't get the order. We didn't get the order to make the food that he wanted. But he got confirmation that the order was sent out, but we never got the order. Because I guess my manager looked back and we didn't see anything. Because whenever there's an Uber Eats or whatever, or DoorDash, it comes through. And I think that's the same thing with the McDonald's app, but nothing happened. But then the guy started recording, and I really can't believe it did that. My GoPro just freaking turned off, and that's really annoying. But anyways, back to the story. The guy was taking pictures and recording. I'm thinking, why are you doing that? Because I can understand being upset that you won't get your food, but you could just leave it behind. You could just drop it. But the managers in the situation could have probably avoided all of it and just made the food to make the customer happy because it was an issue on the app itself. But I don't know, something about people taking their phones out in the middle of an argument to record, it bugs me a little because you don't get the full story. You don't get the full picture. And it just seems a little not scummy. It just doesn't seem right to do. Just in the middle of an argument, just pull out your phone, because then you're going, ha ha, I got you. Yeah, I got you in the act, ha ha. I'm the right one. I don't know. It's just a dumb story that happened. The guy ended up just driving off. Um, I don't know. It happened for like 5 minutes. He was holding up a line, and it was right before lunch started. And after that, lunch just came in, and the lunch rush. Um, I guess that's all I wanted to talk about in terms of food, or not in terms of food, but in terms of me working back in fast food with a job. I have a job. I'm gonna get money. I got my first paycheck the other day. It was a pretty good amount for what I did, and I'm happy for that. I really am. Um, but anyways, what else do I have on my list? Mm, all right, let's talk about HBO Max. And if you don't know, HBO Max is a new streaming service by HBO where they have a bunch of movies, a bunch of TV shows to watch, all right there. And I don't have HBO Max, but I wanted to talk about a couple of things. I want to talk about a couple of shows I wanted to watch on there, and a couple of controversies it has with it. One being not a controversy, but one of the shows, Adventure Time: Distant Lands. Now, my whole thing with Adventure Time is that I really liked it when it first came out back in like 2010, I believe. And I tried not to miss any episodes because I thought it was a very unique cartoon. But as time went on, I stopped watching it more and more, and I just gave up watching it. Um, I found the whole premise and the whole idea interesting about this entire land, and there's only one human, and there's a bunch of cool side characters and stuff. But when shows do that, when they present something cool and it's treated as like um, a side to something, it's treated as like a side story. It kind of bugs me. It's the same thing I have with Steven Universe, but I tried getting back into Adventure Time a couple of times, and this is something I really wanted to watch because it's more of Adventure Time, and I could still say Adventure Time is a good cartoon. A lot of people consider it one of the best cartoons, possibly the best cartoon on Cartoon Network in the past 10 years or so. And I can understand people saying that because a lot of the episodes are charming. I like a lot of the side plots they have, but I really wish there was a lot of focus on a bigger overall story. And there is a lot of those episodes, but me personally, I like those episodes more than a lot of the side episodes, even though side episodes and filler episodes can be very enjoyable. Um, and a lot of distant lands. It's more Adventure Time, so that's neat. Something else I wanted to watch on there was Close Enough, brought to you by the guy that made regular show. I think his name is JG Quintel or GJ Quintel, one of the JG Quintel, I think. And the same thing with Adventure Time. I really liked it when it came out, and I tried not to miss any episodes of it. But I stopped watching it over time, and I thought it was because it was getting too repetitive. It was just the same thing over and over again. Mordecai and Rigby get into an argument. They're almost gonna get fired, and then something insane happens. But it's. I look back on it, and it was a lot more clever than I thought it was as a kid. A lot of it's more of a mature show, really. It belonged on something like Adult Swim, where I think if it was something like that, it would have definitely had a lot more freedom and a lot more risks it could take. And I can look back on it and say it was a really good cartoon, a really good show. But Close Enough is seems like a much more content version of regular show, and from the clips I've seen, it looks really charming. It looks really funny, and it's just about a couple who lives with their kid, and they're struggling as they move on into their 30s or something. And I don't know. It seems funny. I've seen some clips, and it looks just like Adventure Time, but it's the human characters, and I think having it like that keeps it much more content and relatable. But I haven't seen a lot of the show. I haven't even seen a full episode, but that's here nor there. I really want to watch that. Um, Now, this is the one thing I really wanted to talk about for this list. And the only reason why I'm not getting HBO Max now, why I'm only gonna wait for like a free trial once this thing comes out, the Snyder cut of Justice League. Now, here's my history with Justice League. I was really excited for it because I was thinking, oh, maybe the DCEU will finally be, what it wants to be, a really good superhero franchise. Um, I first watched the opening weekend and I really liked it. When I did my dumb Instagram reviews for it, I gave it an A minus because like, wow, that was fun, that was cool. But as time went on, I was thinking, oh my god, why did I force myself to like it? It was really, really dumb the more I thought about it. And it went through a giant production hell. It was, when I look back on it, I think, oh my god, that's horrible. How did this movie even get made? It's one of the most expensive movies ever made because of the production of it. So Zack Snyder, he helmed the DCEU, and I think he did a good job with his movies. I still really like Man of Steel, even though a lot of people don't like Man of Steel. I like the much more gritty, down to earth take on Superman, much more realistic take on it. And I can still say it's the best DCEU movie besides Shazam, because Shazam is just a better movie. I'm sorry, but I can still appreciate Man of Steel. The next movie was Batman v Superman, and Zack Snyder's vision of it. I liked. Um, I haven't seen it since I saw it in theaters on opening day, I think, or yeah, it was the Friday night when it opened, and I liked it. My thoughts really haven't changed on it. I don't think it's a horrible movie. It's just it can seem very uneventful and boring at times, but I can appreciate Zack Snyder's approach to it, a much more darker and gritty version. I really like Batflick. I really like Ben Affleck as Batman. He's really cool. He's really enjoyable, and I think he does a good Bruce Wayne. I really like the Bat costume. I like the Batmobile. I just like everything about the Batman in Batman v Superman. But then Justice League happened, and it feels like it wants to be a Marvel movie. Now, Marvel movies, like the MCU movies, are much more lighthearted and much more family friendly than what the DC movies try to be. And it all really started with Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad was I know I want to talk about the Snyder Cut, but I have to talk about a lot of the history before I talk about the Snyder Cut of the DCU. So, anyways, Suicide Squad. When the Comic Con trailer came out back in 2015, I was pumped for it. I was like, oh my god, this is a looks like a really dark and gritty take on this. And I don't read comic books. I have no idea who a lot of the people were. I was just like, wow, this looks cool. This looks really dark, like dark tone, not just like dark as in, seeing things. But I was excited for it because it looked like it knew what it wanted to be. But then the second trailer came out for the movie with the Bohemian Rhapsody song, and I was like, oh my god, no, it wants to be fun. No, what is it doing? It wants to be fun and it wants to be funny. And then other trailers came out for it with the Ballroom Blitz song. But then I started going to the other side thinking, oh, okay, maybe this might be good. I actually saw that opening night, Suicide Squad, somewhere in a tote. I have the IMAX ticket for it, and it was cool. I at first when I watched Suicide Squad, I was like, wow, that's a really good movie. I really liked it. Um, but same thing. I tried watching it again, and I was like, oh my god, this is boring. This is dumb. The direction is bland. Why is the color grade like this? It was dumb. The story's dumb. Everything is dumb about Suicide Squad. And I like David Ayers as a director because I liked Fury. I really thought Fury was a good movie. That's about the tanks in World War II. But wow, it was Suicide Squad. It's a bad movie, and I don't want to watch the extended version of it. So that really brought the transition in the DCEU. But before Justice League came out in 2017 in November, Wonder Woman came out, and I have a lot of mixed feelings on Wonder Woman. Um, I would say Wonder Woman is a good movie, but I don't love it. and I don't really want to watch it a lot. I mean, when I think of wanting to watch superhero movies, Wonder Woman never comes to mind because I think the third act doesn't ruin the movie, but it definitely changes a lot of the way I feel about it. It's especially the ending because they talk throughout the movie like there isn't this big force, there isn't this being that is controlling everything and making men evil. People are just evil, and I really like that theme of the movie. But then it turns out there is this big force that is evil and is making men evil, and we have to stop the big force. And I thought it really betrayed what the movie was going for. But it has been a while since I've seen it. Maybe I'll watch it again. I've watched it twice, and I was not disappointed, but I was just like, at first I was like, wow, that was good, and the second time I watched, I was like, it's okay. It's not horrible. It's definitely better than Suicide Squad, and I'll put it on par with Batman v Superman, but it's a fine movie. It's a fine movie, Wonder Woman. It didn't try too hard to be like a Marvel movie, but it still felt like it was in the DCU movie. But my God, why do the special effects in the DC movies, why are they bad? Like a lot of them look really bad. And it's very apparent, especially in Justice League. But Wonder Woman, it looked kind of bad. But I think Gal Gadot is a Gadot. I think no Gadot, Gal Gadot. I think she does a really good job as Wonder Woman, and I'm kind of excited for Wonder Woman 84 because it looks enjoyable, and another superhero movie I'm looking forward to see. I think Patty Jenkins is directing still, and I don't know if I've seen a lot. I don't think I've seen anything Patty Jenkins besides Wonder Woman, but anyways, and then now we're at Justice League. Now this is I think it's the major shifting point in it was the major shifting point in what the DCEU would be. So this is how shooting went for Justice League. Zack Snyder shot his movie and he has 3 hours of footage. Justice League is a 3 hour long movie. But then Warner Brothers said, no, cut it down to 2. And then tragedy struck in Zack Snyder's family life where his daughter had committed suicide. So he didn't want to do it. Who would want to do something after something horrible like that happens? And apparently he was asking help from Joss Whedon throughout the entirety of Justice League. So Joss Whedon was brought on board to helm Justice League. He reshot it and kept it under 2 hours. It's not even a 2 hour movie. I think it's an hour and 58-minute movie. You can't have a big team up superhero movie like that be an hour and 58 minutes or 2 hours. It's not good. Everything feels rushed about it. But I watched it and I was like, okay, I really liked it. But thinking about it more and more, oh my God, it's horrible. It's a bad movie, which is why I'm excited for the Snyder cut, because ever since Justice League came out, everyone who was anyone wanted to see the Snyder cut. They wanted to see Zack Snyder's 3 hour long version of it. And Warner Brothers was teasing everybody about it. They were showing off footage. And they were showing off clips of stuff that wasn't in the Justice League. And a lot of it had finished visual effects stuff on it. So I was thinking, why they're not going to have a finished scene like this and not do something with it besides just hold it in their archives forever. So after outcry from everybody that was everybody who was a fan of the DCU, HBO Max said, hey, we're going to have the Snyder Cut, and it's coming out next year in 2021, I believe. And no, I think it's late 2020, if not 2021. And I'm excited for that because I'm a firm believer in a director of a film bringing his or her true and honest vision for a movie and having the final say in it. I know it's the producers who have the final say in it, but I really think if you want a director to direct a movie, let him or her direct the movie and let him or her have the final say in it, because they're the one with the vision. They're the one that wants to give a specific take on a story. And I'm really all for um, passion in film. I'm really all for someone having a vision and not having that vision soiled because we want more money. And I understand it's a business. You need money. But I think people would take more kindly to this kind of stuff if directors and people who made these movies had more of a vision that they were able to utilize and bring forth to the project instead of just being a director for the sake of fitting an agenda, checklists. And that's why I really like a lot of these movies that I've been watching. Not that I've been watching, but and I've been getting into more recently, like from A24. Um, I think that's all I wanted to say on the Snyder Cut. I hope it's better than Justice League, just regular Justice League. And all right, I cut that out. Now there's two more things I want to talk about HBO Max. I'll get this one out of the way. South Park. I was kind of pissed they took it off of Hulu because they paid a bunch of money to get it off of Hulu and put it on HBO Max. And I remember people were mad about South Park being taken off Hulu. I see comments on Instagram and Twitter and stuff, but they're also mad because there's episodes that you can't watch on HBO Max. Um, One of them is I think there's 5 episodes you can't watch on HBO Max, but you can watch them on Hulu anyways. And three of them are the Cartoon Wars, I believe, where they make fun of Family Guy, but it's also because they talk about Muhammad in there, and you're like they can't portray Muhammad in that sense, as in you can't draw him. That was a lot of the outcry from those episodes, and I can understand why people are mad about it, but they weren't able to watch them on Hulu anyways. And another episode that is a notorious episode, another one with Muhammad anyways, where he's a part of the super best friends team, I think it's called, where and I didn't see the full episode, but I know what it's about. Scott Tenorman, the kid that Cartman killed his mom and dad and put him in chili and made the kid eat it. Not the kid, he was a teenager, but anyways, the episodes where Cartman finds out that was actually his dad that he killed. um, you can't watch those except you buy them on DVDs or watch it on the Comedy Central online thing. I can understand why people are mad about not seeing it, and I'm kind of pissed that it's not on Hulu, but I'm not going to get HBO Max just so I can watch South Park. I'll watch South Park when I get HBO Max for the free week trial so I can watch the Snyder Cut. Um, and the last thing I want to talk about HBO Max for was Gone with the Wind. Now, this is a very controversial movie, and it's been getting a lot more attention recently with the Black Lives Matter movement, with the resurgence from the George Floyd death. And people were mad about Gone with the Wind being on HBO Max because it's apparently it's apparently supporting the antebellum movements and supporting slavery from what I've heard people say, and from what I've seen in the movie. Now, this is funny because my dad rented the movie one day because he said, "All right, let's watch Gone with the Wind." And the only reason why I haven't watched Gone with the Wind up till that point was because it's nearly 4 hours long, and it's the most successful movie in America. When you bring in when the box office record is adjusted, it's the most successful movie in America. And I've always wanted to watch it, but I don't have 4 hours of my life to sit and watch a movie undisturbed. Because when I watch movies, I want to be undisturbed. I want to be immersed into a film. Because then what's the point of watching a movie besides for background noise? I don't put a movie on for background noise. I put on like TV shows and stuff I've seen a million times. But like I've been putting on Chris Hansen for background noise. I think that's funny. But when it comes to a movie, I want to sit down and I want to feel like I've watched the movie for the first time. I want to be truly immersed in a film. So, and I can't be disturbed because then it's just great. Now I have to pause it, go do something else, and when I come back, I won't be in that same emotion I was watching the movie for the first time. But Gone with the Wind, we were watching it, and I got really tired after like an hour, almost an hour. I was like, Jesus Christ, I am freaking tired, and I went to bed. But from what I've seen, I liked it, and I don't know. It was just it didn't seem horrible. It didn't seem I didn't see any racism in there. They were just slaves, and maybe because the characters we were following were on the South. I'm not sure if that's the reason why this movie is seen as racist. But I haven't seen the entirety of the movie. But from what I've seen, it doesn't seem awful. Um, I really want to watch it though. But the whole controversy with this too was that they took it off of HBO Max for a while because um, they took it off because they were going to put a message in the beginning of the movie saying, "Oh, this has some we don't agree with what this movie is doing, but we're not going to take anything away from the movie. We're just putting this message at the beginning," and that's fine. It's fine. You can have that message because there's what am I trying to say with this? I can understand if people could be upset by it. I can understand people being upset by a movie like that, but I don't think it's something to be truly upset over and call for the film to not be shown at all. Yeah, you can have a message, go ahead. Put the message in the front saying you don't agree with anything the film says or whatever. But just don't, not show the movie in general. But that was never the intent of HBO Max. So I'm glad it's there, but I just wanted to talk about that for a while. I think that's all I really wanted to say about HBO Max. Let's see. Okay, we can cross that out. What else can I talk about on here? All right. I've made this, I've talked about this in a tweet that I made, but and it's my first video on YouTube. My thoughts on Bee and Puppycat. It's a cartoon created by Natasha Allegri, and it's a really charming little cartoon that's just an hour long. The episodes combine into an hour long little movie you can watch, and I really like it. It's really charming. It's one of my favorite things I've seen in the past recent years, and I was really excited for season 2. But they're struggling finding someone to put it out to because their deal with, I believe, Crunchyroll didn't go through anymore, so they didn't have anywhere to put it. So they have all the episodes. They had all the episodes done. They just didn't have a place to put it out. They didn't want to put it on YouTube. So tragedy struck when all the episodes were accidentally leaked from a Vimeo account. So what people did was they downloaded them all, and now it's all over the internet. If you want to watch it, you can. And these are half-hour episodes, and that's the thing I'm most excited for. Longer episodes of this show, and there's like 13 episodes, so that's really cool. I think 13 episodes. There's more episodes, but I can't bring myself to watch it. I can't bring myself to watch season 2 of Bee and Puppycat because I know the creators won't get anything out of it, and watching it, they would get nothing from it. They'd get no money, they get no revenue, nothing, because it's on the internet. You can watch it for free, and it that sucks. Because I'm all for, if you want to watch a movie, you pay for it. You don't pirate a movie illegally. Which is funny because I watched the South Park movie last night on YouTube, all made up from clips that someone divided them into, but it's not taken down. But this is something new. This is something now, and I feel really bad for the creators because they never wanted this to happen, but it did. So now they have. I think a lot of the hype for it is gone now because a lot of people have seen it, and I've avoided going on Reddit because I follow a subreddit for Bee and Puppycat. And it's has some spoilers in there, and I haven't seen any spoilers, but I'm frightened for seeing spoilers, and it really bummed me out because at first I was like, oh my god, I can watch the episodes, but then I was thinking it's not right. It's not right to sit there and watch it and the people who made it not get anything from it. All their hard work could be for nothing now. Unless they make them into DVDs and people can buy them. I don't know why they don't do that. I'd totally buy a copy of that. But it sucks. And I feel really bad about it. But I'm gonna stick strong and not watch season 2 of Bee and Puppycat because I want to be able to support the show as much as I can. I think that's all I really wanted to say on that. Except that I'm really excited for it because I really like Bee and Puppycat. And since I'm on animation, I want to talk about Steven Universe for a little bit. I'd wanted to do a review on Steven Universe and Steven Universe Future. I want to do a review on both of those series, but I've never gone around to it. Steven Universe Future ended in March. The show, Steven Universe, ended back in January of last year. And I never got around to doing a review for it because I only have one series review, really, the Mandalorian. I have my thoughts on Ruby and my thoughts on Bee and Puppycat. I should put that in my series reviews because I do talk about all the seasons. But in terms of Steven Universe, I don't know why I haven't gotten around to doing it, or I know why. I really can't come to a final conclusion on what I think about the two shows because yeah, they're different shows. But it's all Steven Universe. Thinking about Steven Universe, because whenever I bring it up, I have to say it's my favorite show ever. I just find it really charming. I love a lot of the morals you can take away from it. It's a very good show you can put on and kids can enjoy it, older people can enjoy it, like teens, adults. A lot of adults enjoy it, which is cool. And it's good that it's supporting GoPro turned off, but I was looking at it. It's cool that it's supporting the LGBT community, and they have all that stuff's great, but I can't come to a final conclusion on the show because of how problematic I see it now as time goes on and I have more time to think about it. I'll definitely come about it when I finally get to do a review on the show. But a lot of it is, and I've been thinking about this a lot of it is how unfocused the show is. It was definitely more focused in the earlier seasons because there are different arcs that they went through as the series went on. When the show first came out, it was like a monster of the week show where they do something, they go on an adventure, there's a monster they fight, Steven has his own little side thing he does, and then he fights the monster, and then he fights it using a lesson he learned from his little side adventure that doesn't seem like it would totally work, but it does. And that stuff was very enjoyable. And then it got more serious into the overall plot of the show. And that stuff was really cool because, oh my god, there's more to the show than just, it being a funny cartoon. Than it being just, a monster of the week sort of deal. There's an actual overall plot to it. And I was really excited to seeing that. And then it cuts back to more filler episodes that are not as engaging as the overall plot episodes are. The backstory episodes and stuff. And it really bugs me because I think the show works better as an action adventure story than a majority of the filler episodes. Because a lot of the episodes are filler. A lot of the episodes of Steven Universe are extremely filler. You can cut out a lot of them and it probably has no effect on a lot of the show. And it bums me out because I do have my favorite episodes I can go back to and watch. But it makes me see the show as a lot more problematic and not as good as I thought it was. I mean, I still really think it's a great cartoon. I still really love this show. The show, it's my favorite show. But it definitely got more amplified as the show went on because you want to know what's happening. You want to know what's going on in the overall plot of the show. But then we're gonna cut back to these filler episodes, and then we're not gonna show the show for 3 months, and then show 5 episodes, and then not do it again for 3-4 months, even a year at some point. At a point, I think. My God, it was awful. The long hiatuses. Not a year, probably half a year. But it bummed me out because Cartoon Network, they were really dragging the Crooniverse along. That's what they call themselves, the Crooniverse. They're really dragging them along with, oh, are we going to give you guys more episodes? How much screen time you guys going to get on air? You know, or how much broadcast time you're going to get? And it really bummed me out because the more I think about it, they were really screwed over because they didn't know how much time they were going to have. So they had to rush out what they could. And then they got approved for another season, and then the show ended. Like, they ended the show. So then they made Steven Universe Future, which would just take place 2 years after the show. And the ending of Steven Universe really, I like it, but it's very problematic too because it builds up to this epic conclusion, and it gets resolved just like that. But I might have to watch it again. But I don't feel like it because I know I'm not gonna like it as much as I did the first time. And with Steven Universe Future, it just seems that it's the problems are still there, but it's much more it's much more focused. It knows Steven Universe Future knows what it wants to do. The filler episodes aren't annoying; they're fun, and it's more focused on Steven and not the overall plot. Even though a lot of stuff gets presented from the past. But I just never got around to doing the reviews for the shows. I know I will at a point, and I was thinking I might just do the reviews here and do an uncut review of both of the shows. But I really want to think about it more because I'm not sure what grade I want to give those two shows, Steven Universe and Steven Universe Future. I think Steven Universe is on HBO Max. That's cool. A lot more people will probably watch it. What else? I got into Better Call Saul. I really like Better Call Saul. I think Better Call Saul is a truly, truly fantastic show. So if you don't know what Better Call Saul is, it's a prequel to Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is, I think, the greatest show that I've ever seen. I love Breaking Bad. But I don't love it as much as Steven Universe. I don't know. Steven Universe is my favorite show. Breaking Bad is like a close second. But Breaking Bad, I think, is a truly perfect series. Everything just seems so well thought out, and it's a really, really great series. I can't recommend it more than I always do. Breaking Bad is just one of the greatest pieces of media I've ever seen in my life. It's fantastic. Everything about it is so raw and emotional and cool. Breaking Bad is a great show. But Better Call Saul is the prequel to Breaking Bad, where Breaking Bad takes place in 2009, I believe. Better Call Saul takes place in 2002, 2003. And it's about the lawyer they get in season 2. Or season 3, I think. It's about the lawyer they get in the past, before he was Saul Goodman. He was Jimmy McGill. And it's about how Jimmy McGill goes from being the honest lawyer he wanted to be to the kind of scumbag that he is in Breaking Bad. And I really enjoy Better Call Saul. I've watched the first 4 seasons on Netflix. Waiting for season 5 to come out, or I can just get it on AMC Go or whatever it's called. Get a free week trial and watch season 5. But from the 4 seasons of Better Call Saul, I think it's just on par with Breaking Bad. It's not as gut-wrenching and emotional as Breaking Bad was at times, but it's so goddamn entertaining. Better Call Saul, it's amazing. Bob Odenkirk does a great job as playing Jimmy McGill or Saul Goodman. And it's funny. I watched a majority of it on my phone. I watched a majority of Better Call Saul on my phone, right here. And a lot of it doesn't look good. That's because it's on my phone. When I watch the episodes on the big TV we have, I can see how beautiful the show looks. The show looks amazing. Every shot looks well thought out, and it's a great looking show. And one of my favorite moments in the show is this montage that he does where he tries to be obnoxious at a law firm he works at so he can get fired. Um, and it's like the montages are just like they are in Breaking Bad, but this might be my favorite moment of all the show. It's him trying on a bunch of suits, getting closer and closer to the Saul Goodman we know. And oh my god, it's a great show. I can't highly recommend it more than I do. Just like with Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul is a really great show. You don't have to watch Breaking Bad to be as invested in it as you are, but it's better if you watch Breaking Bad so you know like small references it's making to the Breaking Bad show, or the connections that you go, oh look, oh that's how that happened in Breaking Bad. But I'm gonna wait till Better Call Saul is over to do a full series review on it. But as of now, if I wanted to give Better Call Saul a grade, I'd give it an A. Off of the first 4 seasons, it's fantastic. It's amazing. I've gotten teary eyed a couple times because there are a lot of great emotional moments in the show. But it's funny. It's enjoyable. It's very suspenseful. There's plenty of times where I've jumped out of my seat because something happened I didn't expect to happen, and I think it's well more thought out than Breaking Bad. But it's amazing. Better Call Saul is just phenomenal. I love it, and I feel like I'm saying it over and over again, but it's true. I love Better Call Saul. It's something I could really watch again, and like I was saying with like I was saying with movies and shows that I have to be truly invested in it. I have to like sit down and watch it undisturbed. Um, I was talking to my sister, and I say this all the time about this show, The Office. Um, Whenever my family watches The Office, a majority of the time they're not like watching the show. They're like skimming at their phone a little and then going back up, and back and forth and back and forth. And I'm thinking, you guys aren't watching The Office. It's just on for background noise the majority of the time. Because I think for a show like The Office and Parks and Recreation, for shows like those, you have to be really immersed in them, because not only are there a lot of visual jokes, not only are there like audible jokes you can hear, but there's a lot of visual gags and stuff going on too that really enhance the comedy of the show. And I'll say this, I like The Office. I don't love it like everyone else does, but I can enjoy The Office. I think Parks is the better show from what I've seen of The Office. And I have watched all Parks and Recreation. And I just like Parks better. I think it's much more funny. So, a little spiel I had about The Office. I don't know how long I've been recording for. What else do I have here? I don't know where the footage cut off, but I was just talking about what was I talking about actually? I was talking about Better Call Saul. I was talking about The Office. Had a little spiel about The Office. But anyways, movies I want to see this year, like 2020 releases that I want to see. There's a couple new ones that came out. Something called The Relic. Something called The Rental. They seem like interesting horror movies. And I heard The Relic was really good. I haven't heard so much about Rental or The Rental, but they're just newer movies that seem interesting. I've talked about The Green Knight. I've talked about Saint Maud, and another A24 movie I wanted to watch was First Cow, and I could buy it on Amazon for like $12, or I could just rent it for 3 or 4. But it's about someone from like these guys from the 1800s who want to like strike it rich on American soil and start their own farm, I think. And they do so by stealing a cow, and from some guy's ranch, like a prized cow. And it looks really good. I've seen the trailers for it, and I really want to watch it. I'll get time for that at some point. Now here are more of the generic stuff I wanted to watch throughout the year. I wanted to watch Birds of Prey, or The Emancipation of One Named Harley Quinn. I think that's the entire name of it. And then They just slashed it to Harley Quinn or Birds of Prey Harley Quinn, even though the first title sounds really interesting. I wanted to watch that because I don't know, it could have been good. I heard it was okay from what people have seen, what my reviewers have said. Um, I like Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad. I thought she was okay, and I'm pretty sure a movie focused on her would be pretty enjoyable. Then Ewan McGregor's in it. I like Ewan McGregor from Star Wars as Obi-Wan, and I wanted to watch other stuff with him, like Train Spotting. I don't know if he's in the one and two, but they seem interesting. New releases. I wanted to watch Sonic. Me and my roommate had a plan to go watch the Sonic the Hedgehog movie on Valentine's Day, but I think he went home to watch it in Mendota, and that would have been really cool. But I worked that day. When I came home, me and my roommate Devin, the one I did the video on about my Buddhist roommate, um, we just got Wingstop and watched The Room. That was cool. That was a very well enjoyed Valentine's Day. Um, Anyways, yeah, I wanted to watch Sonic. It looks really cool. Not really cool. It looks enjoyable. I've heard it wasn't that bad. I heard it wasn't awful, but I heard it was enjoyable for a video game movie, and I'll watch it when I can. I wanted to watch The King of Staten Island with Pete Davidson, I think it was, because I don't know much about his comedy. I know he's from SNL, but the movie looked really interesting. I know I say that a lot. It looks interesting because a lot of the trailers for movies I see, that's my first thought. Oh, this looks interesting. It looks like something I'd be invested in, but I haven't gotten around to that. And what's funny about these newer releases in movies, you have to pay $20 to rent them. You have to pay $20 to rent them, and I understand I understand why, because you plan on watching it with a group of people. Because if you were to go watch it in a theater with a group of people, you'd have to pay like $12 for a ticket and then popcorn. But if you just pay $20 at home, you get it for another day. You get it for 2 days, and you're in the leisure of your own home. You can pause it. You can get up to go take a piss. You can do stuff. I get it. But if you're by yourself and you want to watch it, it seems like a total ripoff to pay $20 for it. But get a group of people, watch it together, and I think you'll have a good time watching new releases. Let's see. What else did I want to watch? Bad Trip, an Eric Andre movie. It got accidentally released on Amazon Prime. I thought that was pretty funny. That I got accidentally released, and they took it off like quickly right after because they realized, oh crap, what did we do? But I hope it gets an official release soon. Tenet. Now Tenet. This is interesting. I find this very interesting. Tenet is going to be the newest Christopher Nolan film, and from what I've seen of Christopher Nolan, he's a great director. But this movie was supposed to be released in I want to say it was supposed to be released in May or June or even July, but then COVID happened, then it pushed it back, and then Christopher Nolan, he wants it in theaters. He doesn't want a digital release. He wants people to experience it in on a big screen, and I can appreciate that. And he's one of those voices where you can't say no to Christopher Nolan because you'll get a great experience out of him. You have to have respect for Christopher Nolan as a director. He's one of the most unique voices because he helmed the Dark Knight trilogy. He had Inception, Dunkirk. A lot of people like Dunkirk, but I haven't seen a lot of his earlier movies like Memento, and I think something called The Follow. I want to get more into Christopher Nolan because from what I've seen of him, he's a really great director, and I really loved Inception and The Dark Knight and Batman Begins, but I didn't see Dark Knight Rises. But he wants it in theaters, and what's gonna happen is because the U.S. has the most cases in the world for coronavirus, movie theaters aren't going to show it until Labor Day or Labor Day weekend in the U.S. But around the world, everywhere else, it's gonna be shown mid-August, late August, a lot earlier than what the U.S. is gonna have. So that kind of blows. I might go get a plane ticket to Canada to go watch it. That'd be really funny. Um, but that's Tenet. It seems interesting. Slap me in the face. I don't care. It looks interesting. It's like they want to stop a doomsday thing from happening, but the guy is dead and he's brought back to stop a doomsday thing from happening, but everything looks like it's traveling back in time or something. I don't know. It looks really cool. And, I'm definitely invested in wanting to watch it. I'll definitely see it on the big screen. I'm not going to watch it at home. I'm going to give it money. I'm excited for that. Movie theaters in Stockton are supposed to be opening up on the 21st of August. A little late for my birthday. My birthday's coming up too. I don't plan on doing anything. I have it off. I have my birthday off from work. I plan on ordering pizza, chilling at my home, watching the Back to the Future trilogy. Actually, yeah, that's what I want to do. Pizza, Back to the Future trilogy, all day. That seems like the perfect birthday for me. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. An entire day to myself watching Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3. I think they're all on Netflix now. And I was thinking about this the other day. Why don't I have copies of my favorite movie? Why don't I have a Blu-ray of Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3? Because if you don't know, Back to the Future is my favorite movie of all time. I love Back to the Future. Nothing will ever top Back to the Future for me. I remember from the moment I watched it, back in like 2012 or something, I instantly thought, this is my favorite movie and nothing's ever going to change it. It's such a perfectly enjoyable film. And I have no issues with Back to the Future. Besides the whole, the paradoxes in time crap that can happen from it, especially with the 2 and 3 that happen. But they're so fun. They're enjoyable. I love Robert Zemeckis as the director. Robert Zemeckis is my favorite director, I think. Mainly because he directed Back to the Future and Forrest Gump, one of my other favorite movies. And there's just this fun vibe Back to the Future has, and it's so goddamn enjoyable. Michael J. Fox is amazing. Christopher Lloyd is amazing. And if you can see back there, I have a poster of it, and this is more prevalent. Or the posters are more prevalent in my setup I had back at Sac State for the one episode before I had to move back home. But my movie posters. I went to Comic Con with my ex back in 2018. Not Comic Con, Stockton Con. We had a little Comic Con in Stockton. But there I got like pops, because I like the pop vinyl figures. I have a couple. I got an Ant-Man one, and I got a Star Wars poster and a Back to the Future poster. But for Christmas, I got a Guardians of the Galaxy poster, an Infinity War poster, a Venom poster, Thor, X-Men Days of Future Past, and my personal favorite, the Joker one. I like Joker. I gotta watch it again. I really liked it. But yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna buy Back to the Future, the trilogy on Blu-ray, because why don't I not have my favorite movie on as a physical copy that I have to cherish forever? Maybe I should buy a DeLorean. Maybe I should save up all my money to buy a DeLorean. That'd be really cool. Man, we went through a lot of this list. Wow, only a couple things left. All right. Let's see. Why did I talk about Back to the Future? I really want to know. Oh God. I really think I have short-term memory loss in these podcasts because I forget what I talk about. I can remember so many other things, but I can't remember what I talked about 5 minutes ago in this podcast. Especially how I started talking about Back to the Future. Oh yeah, because my birthday coming up on the 18th. I wanted to put a skit out for my birthday, but I don't think I will. And that's because I'm going to focus on some other projects I wanted to work on. I'm going to put Piece by Piece back into development. If you don't know, Piece by Piece is the... Here, let me get it out. Piece by Piece is the story I had that involved these Bionicle figures as the main characters. And it'd be about them as people dying, having to come back as toys, trying to figure out why they're toys and what they did wrong in their past lives and how they can fix it in order to go on to heaven or in afterlife in this world. And I really didn't have anything planned for it as an overall picture after I slashed it the last time, because I really liked the story. It's just that I wanted to cut out a lot of the characters because it seemed so repetitive that, oh, one character figures out something, then fixes it. Then the other character figures out something, then fixes it. And it seems like so repetitive, and I was like, and I don't want to do this anymore. And it sucked because I was really passionate about the whole idea. I wanted to make it my own little series. But now I think it's much more focused with just these two characters. I don't know if I want to make it into a series or a short film, like a 20, 30-minute little short movie. But I'm going to figure out something I want to do with that. And I got to focus on other things for school too. I want to focus on a story to pitch as a short film, but I don't know which one to do. So between now and the 31st of August, I have 20 days to work on it. I have to come up with a script, a treatment, and I think that's it. Some longer than 5 pages, no less than 10. No, longer than 5 pages, no more than 10. And I'm not sure what I want to do, because I have a lot of cool ideas. For definitely a lot more smaller things. And I want to know if I can pitch something I wrote for my screenwriting class last semester. Because I had really good ideas in that class. Something I think they were really good. And me and some classmates had to work on a script that we worked on together. But it was my idea. And it was something I really wanted to do. I was like, wow, this seems really cool. And I wanted to shoot it too, but never got around to it. And a lot of it seemed like it would have taken a long time. And something I wanted to do, I don't think I was going to be able to do for a specific scene. Because it involved like four girls and them doing something. And scandalous, would you say? Scandalous clothing or minimal clothing. I don't think I was going to be able to do that because it was supposed to take place in a specific part of a specific location, and I don't think I was going to be able to do that. So I just shelved it. Not like I was going to shoot it anyways, but I shelved the idea of wanting to shoot it. But I don't know if I can do that and rework the script a little, make it 10 pages. And I made a tweet about this. I'm not going to be making any more Me versus Me skits until I'm more focused and have a better footing in other projects I want to work on. That, and I can't think of any new skits for Me versus Me at the time. I had a couple I was working on, but I don't see them as something I want to do anymore. Yeah. I think that's all I want to talk about in terms of like future projects. I'll be working on not Me versus Me. I'll be working on piece by piece as either a series or a short film. I gotta come up with an idea for it first. No more Me versus Me skits, and I'm going to be working on pitching a short film for my class, which starts on the 31st of August. And we're almost done with this list. I wanted to talk about music for a little bit. My taste in music, more specifically. I'm the best at transitions, aren't I? Anyways, this came about because we went over to a family member's house to go swimming. And because my sister was house sitting, so we went over to go swim because they said we can. And I decided to play music. And my sister was like, change it. I don't like your music. And my mom said the same thing. But my dad's like, no, you have a cool taste in music. And I think I have a really unique taste in music, too. Because I don't have a specific genre that I listen to. If there's things I avoid, it's country and rap. mainly modern rap now, and it's not like I don't like country. It's just I would never willingly put it on because oh my god, my little sister's singing. I hope the GoPro doesn't pick that up. But anyways, I wouldn't get copy striked for that either. But anyways, what I was gonna say is, God dang it, Isabella. And now I can't think of what I wanted to say. Great. Um, Using my little fidget spinner because I want to try to remember what I was talking about. God. School scripts. Jesus Christ, maybe I should have wrote this down. God, this pisses me off. I can't think about it. God, what was I talking about? Music. I was talking about music. Yes. It's not that when I was talking about music, country and rap. I don't avoid country because I don't like it. I avoid country because it's not my to-go thing to listen to. Because there's not a specific country song I'll go, oh, that's a banger. I love this song. I think country's fine. The only time I listen to country is whenever my parents listen to it. Because I will never pick out a country song and listen to it. I can't do it. I don't know why. It's just not me. I like country though. But rap, I don't like modern rap. I really don't like modern rap now. I can handle like older R&B stuff, but rap now, no, I can't. I can't do it. I find it, a lot of it mumbling, and I can't do it. But the music I do like now, my music, I really love old rock, like 80s, 90s, some early 2000s. Like I love Aerosmith, Metallica, Van Halen, especially like with Sammy Hagar. Some Motley Crue because my brother listens to it sometimes, and I think it's really cool. Then there's like Billy Idol, and then I can listen to Billy Joel. I love Billy Joel. Billy Joel's really cool. He has Piano Man. He has For the Longest Time, We Didn't Start the Fire, and Vienna. Really really talented guy, and I want to go see a concert once this whole crap gets over. And then I like Linkin Park too. And then I like some indie stuff. There's a band called Trocadero, where they're mainly known, and they're only known for I think they're only known for making music for Red vs. Blue, an online series that utilizes Halo. And a lot of songs a lot of songs they have I like them. I really like them. I put them on Spotify for my like playlist. In a shuffle, I can listen to a lot of that. And Caravan Palace, they're like a French indie electronic ragtime band, and it's really cool. I really think Caravan Palace is really cool. The way I got into it was one day I was washing dishes. I was listening to music, and out of nowhere, I hear this cool song with like saxophones and just cool electronic beats and crap. Like, oh wow, this is cool. What is this? So I pull out my phone, and all I see is a bunch of humanoid animals killing each other in a bar at like a strip club, and I'm like, oh god, what is this? And I watched it again. I was like, wow, that was really cool. It's a song called Lone Digger by Caravan Palace. I think it's their most known song by them. And the music video is really cool. It's just about these cats that go to a club to drink milk, and there's like a gazelle stripper and like a zebra waitress, and they have like huge tits or something. It's funny. And then these dogs don't like the cats, so they trip the zebra waitress and it spills milk on them, and then they all just start killing each other, and it's a big bloodbath. And the only one alive is the gazelle stripper, or the gazelle, whatever it's called, a gazelle, like the gazelle stripper, and she didn't realize that everyone was killing each other. I find that funny. But Caravan Palace, check them out. They had a new album like last summer. Really really cool people. I like really cool music too. And I like music. My favorite music is scores for movies. Now, score, I've probably explained this a million times before. Score is music composed for a movie. A soundtrack is music, like pre-existing music brought together for a movie. Like a score. The Avengers thing, bum bum ba ba ba. I love superhero movie scores. They're fantastic. But I think, like I said before, my favorite score is probably from Midsummer, and that's because it's beautiful, it's angelic, and it can be horrifying at times. But it's mainly beautiful. A lot of strings, and it sounds gorgeous. It sounds like I died and I went to heaven. Most of the score for Midsummer. There is a couple more things left on on my list here. That being things that I've seen, like movie wise. Actually, that's it. Things that I've seen, um, and a lot of it has changed too. Like I've talked about Midsummer. We can cross that out. I'll do a review on that later, but for now, I will say that I really, really enjoy Midsummer, and Ari Aster is one of my favorite directors right now. Now, this is funny. Um, my dad one day said, "Hey, let's watch the Marvel movies." So I said, "Okay." So the plan was we were gonna watch one a day, but we only got around to watching Iron Man, Iron Man 2, and The Incredible Hulk, and some of Thor. But he has seen Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, and he likes those movies, and I'm glad he does. And I was really surprised that he wanted to watch these superhero movies because from what he tells me, oh, they can be done in a computer, it's not real filmmaking. And I heavily object to that because I think anything that can evoke emotion is real filmmaking. But then again, real filmmaking is you make a movie, you have an idea, and you do it. And as long as you can do what you want, then hey, that's all you. That's your movie. Do whatever you want. People will criticize you for it or not, but still. Um, but he's always not liked these like big superhero movies because back in my day, these explosions were real and people were actually fighting and it's not all this computer crap. And special effects are to make things safer and they can look real. They can look really real, like explosions and crap. Um, but I could say the same thing to him, like, hey, Terminator 2, one of his favorite movies. One of my favorite movies, too, I'd say. I'd put Terminator 2 in top 10, and one of the coolest action movies of all time, Terminator 2. But if he says all superhero movies now are a bunch of CGI computer crap, I can say the same thing about Terminator 2, because a lot of that CGI in there, too, especially with the liquid metal robot. Even though a lot of it is real, like props they made for it, I can go in there and call BS on him if I wanted to. Then I could also call BS on him because I know more about movies. um, but anyways, I was surprised he wanted to watch these superhero movies because he said people at work talk about them, so why not? And he's like the Guardians movies, but it's funny because he always mixes up Marvel and DC. He's like, wait, where was Batman? I said, Dad, that's DC. That's something entirely different. You grew up with this crap. You should know. Like he grew up around like comic books and crap. When superheroes were cool too back then, not as cool as they are now. Because superhero movies now are like the cool thing to be into. Um, God, it still seems weird to say, but it's the truth. With Avengers Endgame, with box office adjusted for now times being the most successful movie ever, I think that's really cool. Highest grossing movie worldwide, not domestically, because that's still Star Wars: The Force Awakens. $900 billion. That's insane. I'll talk about that another day though. No, not 100 billion, $900 million. I'm stupid, but we'll talk about that another day. Anyways, my dad, one day we watched Iron Man, and he really liked it, and I really liked it. I'll do a movie review for it one day. But Iron Man, really good movie. Jon Favreau, I like Jon Favreau as a director. He's directed some really good stuff. The Iron Man movies, Elf, um, and Chef. Chef is one of my favorite movies too. I'll put it in top 10. I just really like it. I get good vibes from it. And Iron Man 2. My mom didn't like Iron Man 2 as much as Iron Man, and I know a lot of people don't like Iron Man 2, but I really like Iron Man 2. I wouldn't put it up there with Iron Man, but Iron Man 2 is still enjoyable on its own. And I don't understand why people hate it. Actually, no, I understand why people don't like it. I don't understand why people hate it. It's because it's uneventful, because there's not a lot of action as there are in the other movies. It's whatever. It's more of a personal story with Tony. I really like it. And The Incredible Hulk. I've never seen The Incredible Hulk until the time I just watched it in 2020. And I've got to say, I don't understand why people don't like it. The Incredible Hulk is a very unique, interesting movie. It's definitely a lot more visually interesting than, I'd say, the Spider-Man movies now. A lot of the shots in there you don't see in a lot of these newer movies, the superhero movies. And I really liked Incredible Hulk. The Hulk design's still kind of dumb. He looks more cartoonish, but they fixed it with the Avengers Hulk. But it's a really good movie. I really, really liked it. Incredible Hulk, great movie. And Guardians. Now, I love Guardians. Guardians of the Galaxy, top 5 MCU movies, I'd say. It's really, really good. Guardians and Guardians 2 are some of the best MCU movies. If I wanted to say top 5 MCU movies, let's see. Not in any specific order, because that's really too tough to do. I'd say Guardians, Guardians 2, Infinity War, Civil War, and I'd probably say it's a tie between Iron Man, Doctor Strange, and Spider-Man Homecoming. Um, yeah, I guess that's that. Let's see. We can cross that off. We can cross that off. We can cross that off. Okay, last two things I want to talk about before we end things for today, kiddos. I watched a movie called Independence Day from a long time ago. I think from the '90s, and I remember watching it. I didn't. We watched a couple of days after the Fourth of July, and while watching it, I went, "This is dumb. This is a dumb movie, but it's so good." It's so cheesy. It's such a product of its time too. Um, you can tell how cheesy and how dumb it is, but it's not horrible. I liked it. I thought it was fun. I won't do a review on it though. I'll wait till next year. I'll wait till next Fourth of July to do a movie review on it. But I liked it. I liked Will Smith. I liked Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum's amazing. I love Jeff Goldblum. I need to watch a lot more of his movies though. He's amazing in Jurassic Park, Jurassic Park 2, and he was the best part of Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. I can say that for sure. Oh, that's another thing I want to do. I want to do top. I want to rank the Jurassic Park movies before Jurassic World Dominion comes out. That's another time though. I can do that real quick actually, but I will do that on another day. Make it its own video. But Independence Day, yeah, a lot of it doesn't hold up. A lot of it being the special effects. I can forgive that though because it was the '90s. And with the special effects went through a weird phase during the '90s. But I can forgive the special effects. But a lot of it, as in like the editing. Oh my God, there's a lot of flashes to white. I'm going, who edited this? Who edited this? This is awful. What are you doing? You don't just flash to white and then cut to another scene, and flash to white and cut to another scene, and flash to white and cut to another scene. It was so distracting for me. It really made me think that it really convinced me it was a product of its time. Cause I don't see that crap now. Who does? It was dumb. But anyways, yeah, Independence Day, cool movie. It felt like a long movie too, a little past 2 hours. It felt really long, but it was fun. It's really cool. It's about it's not just America, America. It's it's a story about uniting and coming together. And I found it really enjoyable. A lot of it dumb, but still kind of a good movie. And the last thing I want to talk before we head out today is Last Action Hero, a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. And I love Arnold Schwarzenegger because the Terminator, Predator, Commando, he's so quotable. He's just one of the coolest things on the planet to me is Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's just this big old buff dude who was the big action hero man for movies back in the 80s and the 90s. But Last Action Hero was kind of special to me. It's a movie about this kid who loves movies, and while seeing an early screening before anyone in the world get to see a new Jack Slater movie, I think it was called, in this universe, he gets transported there thanks to a magical ticket he got from a guy who got it from Houdini, and he gets into the world of the movie. And it's like it's its own world too. Like if someone got transported to a video game, it's like that. And he's living inside the movie world, and it's really funny because it likes to joke. It poked a lot of fun at action movies, like all the dumb things, like the dumb tropes and dumb plot tropes too, betrayals, romance stuff, explosions, how heroes survive the dumbest things. I had a really good time with that, but it was a little too long. And I want to say it's one of my favorite Arnold roles that I've seen him in. It was something cool, and it was something he had a lot of passion for. I did a lot of research on it, and it looks like it made its money back, but it sadly it was edited within like 2 weeks or something from when they finished filming. It was edited in like 2 weeks, and then it was released like a week after or a week before Jurassic Park came out. But Arnold's like, no, we can't do that. We're going to lose. But then the producers like whoever the other higher ups, because Arnold was a producer of it too, because he really wanted to do this movie, and I could tell he wanted to do it because he looked like he had a good time doing it. And it's a fun movie. It's a really fun, enjoyable movie, but it's a little too long. It felt a little too long. I'll do a review on it later, but for now, I'd say it was a really, really, really fun movie. And Arnold looked like he had a lot of fun doing it. He had passion. He had a passion for this. Anyways, let's cut down to it, kids. This is the end of the Slice Podcast, episode 9. I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet. Probably Better Call Swiss. I don't know. That's really dumb. But anyways, oh, one more thing actually. This happened. This just happened. So this is a really popular pilot on YouTube called Has Been Hotel, along with Hell of a Boss, like a spin-off of that. What Has Been Hotel is about, it's going to be an animated show about the Princess of Hell trying to rehabilitate demons so they can go into heaven, because they have like an overpopulation and people are dying and they get sent to hell and stuff. But and she wants to rehabilitate them through a hotel called the Happy Hotel, which later gets turned into the Has Been Hotel. And I liked it. I really liked it. It's an old pilot from, I want to say February or March, January. I want to say it's from January actually, or if not January, it's from late 2019. But anyways, that and Hell of a Boss is about the immediate murder professionals, which is just a group of devils, a group of demons who kill people on Earth. Like they get hired to kill people on Earth. That seems more funny. It seems like it could be the better show if Has Been Hotel was more focused. If it was, yeah. No. I enjoyed Hell of a Boss more because it was more funny, but Has Been Hotel seems like it has the better story to it. And so what I wanted to talk about this is because A24 is backing up Has Been Hotel, and they're gonna possibly put it out on Hulu, because A24 has some shows that they have on Hulu, or it could be on HBO Max, because I think Euphoria is an HBO show and they picked up Euphoria, or they're helping make it. I don't know if they have stuff on Netflix. I know they have Moonlight on Netflix, but I don't know if they have like deals with Netflix. But I know they have something going on with Hulu, because their A24 is supporting a show called Rami, I think, or Rami, and if they can support Has Been Hotel and give it money, but as long as the creators can make the show what they want to make it, then hey, more the power to them. That's really cool. I'm excited for Has Been Hotel, and A24 can steal all the money out of my left pocket. They're really doing great things. So kids, that is the end of the Slice Podcast, episode 9, where I give you a slice of my mind. I hope you had a great time. Um, I had a good time filming this. I haven't been doing much besides going to work and working. I started seeing someone though. It's going pretty well. We just go and get food. Not much you can do nowadays, huh? But I hope that goes well. I know it's gonna go well. I know. But anyways, besides work, that's all I'm really doing. Nothing. School's gonna start up soon, and I'm really excited for that. So, all right, that's it. See you all next time, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me what you thought about my podcast and what you thought about my thoughts. And if you know people who want to get into watching podcasts, recommend them the Slice Podcast, where I give you a slice of my mind. I don't know how much longer I keep saying that for, but I'm gonna keep saying it. That's my trademark. I'm gonna get trademarked probably. Anyways, that's it. Bye.